Okay, Rabbi say we're holding in Daf Ches.
Every day in the back, you're like talking, you're smoothing.
We're holding in Menachos Daf Ches. We're starting on Daf Zayin and we base in the last two lines. Says the Gemara. Well, actually, is one line, the last word in the three lines from the bottom. Says the Gemara, Umi Omar Abelazar Ach. What did Abelazar say? What he said? What do you mean? What did he say? Abelazar is the one who said that you can split that the dam you cannot split. Sorry, you cannot mekadesh the blood lechatzoy. It needs to be all in one kli. Can't do a little blood and a little blood. Says the Gemara, the Abelazar Sachi. Chaviti Kohen Gadol. Chaviti Kohen Gadol is the Menachos that Kohen Gadol brings in the morning and in the evening. The Kohen Gadol has a special mincha that he brings morning and evening. It's called Chavitim, and he brings morning half, the evening half. So which means you cannot make it kodesh in two different halves. Which means you have to make the whole Chavitim in one shot. Once you have it kadosh, so then you can go and split it. But first of all, it has to be kadosh. You have to make it in one to all the chavitim for the day. He says, no, you're going to put it on the mizbech in two different halves. So therefore, I could also do the magdish in two different halves. That's the Zion based on the bottom. Says the Gemara, if you hold the blood, you can't do half and half. So why should chavitim be different? This is interesting concept. We're going to be saying this taf a few times. Milsim and milsim. Like we like to say, what's the shaykhs? What's shaykhs? You have blood, you have chavitim. Who said blood I can do half? I can't do half. Chavitim I could do half. Why? Because I find I do it in one. Who said I learn from each other? Do I learn from each other? So you tell me blood that says I don't learn from each other. Each one is a standalone thing. So is that true? How do I know the mincha, the kmitza of the mincha, even though most menachos are done in the Azara, we did in the eichel is kosher. Why? Remember, lechem apanim on that we have in Shabbos is considered to be a mincha. So when I take the bazichim, which is the spices, that's like the kmitza. Where do you take the spices from? You take it from the shulchan, which is in the eichel. So you see, they do take it from the eichel.
Okay.
And so you see, you learn regular mincha from a zichin. So, well, 1 second. Mincha yolif. I learn mincha from another mincha. Mincha medan lo yolif. Maybe I don't learn mincha from blood. So, well, mincha yolif. You want to tell me mincha you do learn from mincha? Tanya says in the Bible that shaloi pirko nifres lachim. If before he removed the bread from the shulchan, the bread broke. Remember, the bread of lechapanim used to have a very unique shape. It looked like a U shape or even more closed, right? Right, almost like that. So if before he removed it, it broke, he didn't do it right. If once you took it out of the table, then it broke, it was still possible because it has to be intact. But once you took it out of the table, you already started the process. You can take the bazichim, which is the frankincense, and put it on his back. So the blood, you don't have to lemice it to get out of the table. There's the fact that you came to the point, the hour that you take it out of the table, even though you didn't take it out, as if you took it out. Right? Like my mincha, we have a din. We have a din that if before kmitzo, the mincha reduced its size. It was a mincha, a series haifa, something got missing. And then he goes to those kmitza, no good. Once the mincha became chasser, it's no good. Why? I learned from lechem apanim that you see that if it came the time to do it, I don't care that it broke, it still works. Says Gemara Lokash. Mincha loy bari brei karmi today, bari brei karmi today. This is one very, very simple difference. By mincha, what is the kaimitz? What is the kaimitz of the mincha? You'll take it out. Do I know before what I'll take out? I don't know. We will take it out eventually. So I can't come and say before I did it, oh, the kaimitz is already there. What is considered? What is equivalent to the kaimitz? The levaino. The levaino stands on its own. I know exactly what the levaino is. So now you can say once it came to time, it's already considered to be separated. So Kachi Gezmano. No, it's an argument Kvitza days. You take the whole Levine and put it in the Mizbech.
It's not like obvious where you gotta take the flour from.
Yeah. Kvitza, you don't know where to take it from. The Kevin Shigia is Mano Lefari, Command for Kadamis. Don't compare. That's the reason I'm not comparing regular Mincha to the Chapodim. It's very different. It's there, it's already separated, it's not separate. Hello, Me'ato, say more, I have a different problem. Tiave Kishiraim, Shechosu, Bin Kvitza, Laktora, Demek, Tir, Kvitza, Leim. Mincha, he did already Kvitza. Did Kvitza. He's about to put it on his back or take care of it. Now the leftover, the shiraim, got diminished. It fell on the floor, came a bird and took it. I don't have the full shiraim. So the din is, we'll see in a moment, Samandam the holds. You can't put the kibitza on his back. You need to have everything intact. Is the kibitza intact? You have to have the shiraim intact. So they have a kishiraim shechasu bin kibitza aktaro. A shiraim that got diminished. So well, la pluktanino, it's a machlekes. So the command shiraim shechotzu kibitza aktor mak the kibitza. Those holds that you do mak the even though it's chaser. Ramil is what telling us where it says those compares mincha to mincha, not mincha in all ways, except when I know for sure it's different, and not mincha to blood. So give a goof. Chaviti koin god. You can't make it kodesh half and half. Because you're marking, you put it on his back half and half. What's the reason? Mincha machziso. Maybe mincha you have mincha and then machziso. So what makes it chaviti koin god? The lawyer boys chatzoyim. Ela maybe son shom yochatzeu. Says clear in the brayso that you have to bring a full yisharim. Betanya, there's a brayso, another brayso. Ilu ne'amai minchos machzis. It would say mincha machzis. A mincha half. I'll tell you, you bring a machzis. You bring a half. Half of it. Actually, you have it intact. So you have to bring the whole thing. So how does the brother say you can bring half and half? So more the mitzvah. No, it's a mitzvah to bring it all full. But if you want to do half and half, you're okay. Because but it says chukah. Whatever it says in Torah chukah means you can't change it. Says the one no. You bring it from home, shalom. The whole mincha comes from the house. Then the gedusha, you have a machlekes, you do half and half or not. But you have to bring the whole thing together. Says the Gemara, say this way that you can't do gedusha chatzai. When you have mincha, the size of a mincha is yisar. If he made half a yisarin and he has in mind to do more, you have to do it all in one shot. You can do one more. Why do you you can't do half? Maybe he doesn't learn one from each other. Both shaykhs, I don't learn from each other. Doesn't learn from each other. Why? And here's not so clear what the rhyme of the Gemara is. It says the Gemara, Shlomim sheshachto beichol ksherim. Shlomim that you shech inside kosher. Dichtiv is shachtoi pesach oil moed. It says you do it in the door of oil moed. Shlei tafel chol meikar. You see, it's called pesach oil moed. Meaning oil moed is more chashuv than the pesach. So they can do it in the pesach, opposed to they can do it in oil moed. And that's how it really meals to the meals. That is just the losh pasach. Pesach, that's a little hard to understand. Why it's called milsa milsa. But the Gemara understands. So it's called milsa for some reason. But the Gemara says, you see from me, he does learn milsa milsa. Why does he learn from Chamidin? Says the Gemara, daita loy sif shiny. By mincha, we talk about he's not doing. Okay, I'm just going to do half of Yisrael. He's doing half, but he needs to get to Yisrael. By chaviti, you're not going to add more because the chaviti only half of it goes on his back. So there's no such thing. Partially, he took half the mincha, put it in the kli. It's okay. I want to put it in his back. Good or no good? So no good. You have to do the full thing to be kaddish. What about mincha? Mincha has in mind to add to it. Then it's okay. Says the Gemara that the Tanya. How do we know? Says the pasuk mileim. Mileim. It says by the seed. Shnei mileim is sorry, it's mincha, right? Ein mileim elishtem has to be full. Amar basically matai is not changing diet lois. That's only you have to have it full. If you add it less, it's not good. If you don't have
that today?
No. No. That's the seed. That's the Chanukah. Who wants to be most it's fine. The Rav, the Chaviti Kamatzvil, a Rav that says that you cannot add What is the old by chavitim? Meaning Rav has by mincha it has to be all in one shot. What is the old by chavitim? If you learn like a blows, you could do by chavitim half and half. Leil by chavitim, learn by chavitim. Hitim Rav milsa misal yolif. Again, maybe Rav doesn't learn one from another. And here comes and says, I could do even though a mincha requires many menachos require oil, shemen, and levain of the spice, but he can make the kedusha without it. Why? Without the shemen, how do I know that? Because I find that you don't need shemen sometimes. Sheken matziri belechem apari. Lechem apari has no shemen, has only levaina. Don't put oil in lechem apari. Beloy levaina, sheken matziri minchas nesakim. A mincha that comes with the karbonis has oil in it. It doesn't have levaina. So I have a mincha without levaina. Beloy shemen and beloy levaina with neither. Sheken matziri minchas chayte. Minchas chayte brings neither. Someone is a chayte, he brings nothing.
And it can be brought.
What?
It can.
So they don't. So even though this mincha that you're bringing does require shemen levaina, but because I do find some mincha doesn't, so it's kaddish with that. It's kaddish. So you see, you learn milsa. That's exactly milsa. You learn one from another. Says the Gemara.
Not intentional. So you don't have to bring it because
No. That's what's called milsa.
Bring anything. So I don't have to bring that.
No, of course you have to be. If you brought without a levaina and shemen, it's going to be possible. But can you make it kaddish with that? I put it on the kli, so it'll be kaddish. That's a very good point. Has to be. Can I make kaddish it? Yes. Why? Milsa and milsa. That's called milsa. I learn from each other. Yeah, then you put the shemen later before you put it in his back. So what do you see over here? You see Rav learns milsa and milsa. Says, well, Korach Rav kabiyach tzil is a Korach Rav also kabiyach gabi chavitim. He could do half in it. Gufo. Now we're going back to this quote. Amar Rav mincha kedoisha beloy shemen. You could do mincha without oil. Shkem tzil lechapari. There's no oil. Beloy levayin shkem tzil because the sakim you can make a kaddish without levayin. Because the sakim has it without levayin. Beloy shemen beloy levayin shkem tzil because chayta that doesn't have shemen levayin. Now in addition, shemen levayin kachi beloy. When I have oil and levayin, I could do each one on its own. Why each one on its own? Why shemen shkem tzil look shemen shmetzayim? But mitzayim he brings look shemen and no levayin. Levayin shkem tzil levayin abol bezichin. When levayin comes to lekapani, it comes on its own. Doesn't have shemen with it. So Achanino said the chesed base. Lo yizuk dusha below yizuk, lo yizuk dish below yizuk. No, you need to have. It needs to be kaddish. Has to be together. Has to have to be. If you don't have, you have to be all together with the shemen and levayin. There are some kelim, as we'll see. There's some menachos don't have shemen. Some menachos don't have levayin. Some menachos don't have neither. But the ones that require it in order to make a kaddish, you have to mix it and put it all together in the clay. Says the Gemara, Yisaron lama nimshach. Why Yisaron is what you measure the flour. Why is it nimshach? Why you made it kaddish? Anyway, you can make kaddish because the Yisaron you measure only the flour, not the oil. So the oil is not kaddish. Says the Gemara, the minchas chayte. Mincha v'chayte doesn't eat. So that's why you do the kedusha in order to be kaddish in the Yisaron. Filug, which is the measurement of the liquid. Lama nimshach. You need to have everything together. The Luke Shabbatzai comes in its own. They have Shmuel, Sovel, the Rav. Shmuel agrees to Rav that you could do it alone, right? Without oil and levayin. Now it says the Mishnah, Klei alach. This we learn in Masechet Zvachim. Klei alach, v'kachu salach. The liquid kalim make the liquid kaddish. Umidu say yavish, v'kachu yavish, and the yavish measurements v'kachu yavish. Ein klei alach, v'kachu say yavish, umidu say yavish, v'kachu salach. When you have a kli meant for solid, does not mekadesh the liquid. Meant for liquid, does not mekadesh the solid. So that's only the measurement. Ava mizuk is mekadesh zayavish. What's a mizrak? That's the kli that receives the blood of the carbon and throws it on the carbon. What's your mizrak?
Basis.
The base is where you put the blood. Now you could put yavish into it. Shneemai, shneem, melein, soiles, blula, beshemen, lamincha. That's the one in the seam. Then the seam, when they donate the mizrakis, they put flour in it. You see, you can put flour in it. Mincha is moist because it's a little oily, so it's lach. In the mincha, there's parts shayavish, as Rashi explained, talk about there's some parts that a little becomes drier, so that area is going to be yavish. If I say more, mincha gonna be dam ki yavish dami. Mincha compared to blood, I'm skipping the parentheses right because it has to leave. So mincha legabi dam is kiyavish dami, meaning it is. You're right that it's moist, but it's not liquid. So if the mizrach is meant for blood, you have to be only liquids. fact that you do something which is not fully liquid, that shows that you could change it by mitzvah. So what do you see? Oh, so what do you see from here? They hear that what was shtei milim silas, it was only silas, there was no oil in it. Right? Right. So the more in the Avami, I thought maybe it's only for the dry. More brings it right from here. That you see the mazik is because it's dry. The fact is because which is not fully liquid tells you because it's also dry completely. Same word b'sig meaning in the lechem. You do it in the heichal. So every time that you do kmitza, could be in the heichal. Maybe Rav Yirmiyah, it says in the pasuk v'komatz v'sham. You learn from there. Mimoko shuragle azar oim dos. With the zar oim, what does zar stand? In the Azara. Zar stands.
Zar meaning the crown around?
No, Zar meaning not koyin. Non-koyin. The Zar. You see over here? Ezra Yisrael?
Right.
That's where they stand. They don't, so it says Azar, not the Heichel. Over here, not here.
Zar.
Says the Gemara. Mepsera says, now this is a side, but this we brought Le'el. We need it for before in the Gemara. We don't need it now. We're just finishing the quote. The nine sheep comments with small shiachs if you did it in the left, with your left hand, how do you know you could just fix it and put it into the right?
Okay.
Just fix it.
Right.
So you see over here, so that was a bizarre. But what do you see? But before you can't do the Echas bin the Azara. Some say that he was the one who asked the question, and he's the one who answered. I'll explain to you. What he means to say, is going to tell you, don't think it needs to be in the north side of the Azara, right in front of the Mizbech. Could be even over here. Could be everywhere in the Azara. Also over here. Also in the Echel. Meaning what? Oil is in the north, is Koch Kadashim. It's not Koch Kalim. Somebody needs to be in the north. Maybe we'll need to be in the north. Won't say, how can you learn from Oila? You can call it, it goes to full of his back. Michatos, doesn't go full of his back. Malachaj can mechaperes, the Krisus. Chatos is a big aparo. Yashim, we'll learn from Asham. Has to be in the north. Malosh, which can mean the dummy. Asham it comes with blood. So it's a carbon. Carbon is more chashur. Mikul Nabish can be the Mikel if any one of them is carbonis. So what happens? You bring the mincha to the kohen. He needs to bring in right next to his back. It's to touch the mizbech in the southwest corner, right over here. Southwest. You see? It has to be touching the korban. So I think once you did it, now you want to do kmitza. So you have to do it over here. Who said I can walk around? So we call ma gosho b'keren joy's maravis. You do that gosho, you touch his back on the southwest corner. Have kmitza nine b'keren joy's maravis. You do kmitza as well. Kamash Malan says, "Boy, that's a chiddush. What's a chiddush? No, you're doing in the southwest. You have to bring the mincha over there, and then you can walk wherever. So when we said because we show Menachos shurag lezarondos, you can learn in two different extremes. Either it means it has to be dafte here, non deichel, or it means it doesn't have to be only in one place. It can be even here, and you may yourself also in the eichel. And that was the limit to tell us the mincha can be the kmitza in the eichel. With this, we'll end. Everybody should have a wonderful Shmak Chodesh. And tomorrow morning, we're going to start from here, Be'ez Hashem, and go a little slower.
Good. Enjoy it. Wow.